Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll learn how to make a lesson plan for teaching prose. So for this, I have chosen a chapter named Gopal and the Hills of Fish from the NCERT book of class 7th. So as usual, we'll begin with writing date, class, subject, topic, period and duration as we had written in the previous lesson plans. Then we'll write general aims. General aims for teaching prose are to enable the students to understand the passage and grasp its meaning, to enable the pupils to read English passage loudly with correct pronunciation, stress, intonation, pause and articulation of voice, to enable them to understand the passage by silent reading, to enrich their active and passive vocabulary, to enable them to enjoy reading and writing, to enable them to express ideas of the passage orally and in writing, to make them familiar with punctuation marks and their use. After writing general aims, we'll write specific objectives for all the three domains of learning, that is cognitive domain, affective domain and psychomotor domain. For cognitive domain, we'll write objectives for knowledge level, comprehension level and application level. For knowledge level, we'll write the students will be able to state what the king had asked Gopal to do to prove that he was clever. The second objective will be they will be able to list 3 things which Gopal did before he went to buy Hilsa fish. For comprehension level, we'll write the students will be able to explain why the king did not want any more talk about the Hilsa fish, and the second objective will be they will be able to describe the appearance of Gopal at the time he bought Hilsa fish and brought it to the palace. Then for application level, we'll write the students will be able to give reason why no one seemed to be interested in talking about the Hilsa fish which Gopal had bought. And the second objective which we can write is they will be able to use the new words learned from the lesson in their conversation. Then we'll write the objectives for the affective domain. Here we'll write one objective related to interest and the other related to attitude. For interest, we can write the students will be able to take interest in reading the story Gopal and the Hilsa fish. And the second objective related to attitude can be the students will be able to show positive attitude towards the cleverness of Gopal. Then the third domain is psychomotor domain. Here we will write objectives related to skill. Here you can write only one objective also. So I have written over here 2 objectives. The first one is the students will be able to write the summary of the lesson in their own words. And the second can be they'll be able to make a collage showing different types of fish, because here in this lesson we talk about Hilsa fish. So they can make a collage based on the fish. Then the next heading will be teaching learning material. So the teaching aid which we'll use for our lesson plan will be the flashcards which will be showing pronunciation of the difficult words. And then the next heading will be previous knowledge. So here we can write students have general information about different types of fish. Now the next heading will be introduction. Here we'll make 2 columns. One column will be for the pupil teacher's activity and second column will be for the student's activity. If we want to use any teaching aid for the introduction part, then we can make one more column for that over here. Here we can ask 3 to 5 questions from the previous knowledge of the students and write the expected answers of these questions in the students activity column. So for this topic, a few examples of questions that can be framed are: number 1, name some types of fish. And the expected answer of this question is some types of fish are shark, goldfish, tuna, rohu, etc. Next question can be who catches the fish? And the expected answer is fisherman catches the fish. Third question can be where do we buy fish for cooking? And its expected answer is we buy fish from the fish market or grocery stores for cooking. The fourth question can be people of which state of India are famous for eating lots of fish? And the expected answer is people of Bengal state are famous for eating lots of fish. And the fifth question which we'll ask, if it is the last question for our lesson plan, then it should be related to the topic and it should also be a problematic one. Problematic means it is expected that the children wouldn't know its answer. So we'll write over here no response, because children will not be able to give the answer of this question, and then we'll declare the topic. So the next heading will be statement of aim. But before telling you about that, let me tell you that try to make these questions in a zigzag manner. Zigzag means that from the answer of the first question you will frame second question. Then when you will get its answer, try to frame next question related to it. And the last question should be a problematic one, and it should also be related to the topic. So now you will declare the topic, for which the heading will be statement of aim. And here if you want, you can give the statement of aim while telling the answer of the fifth question, or some may prefer to just tell the topic. So here, as I have written, I would prefer giving the answer of the question, and I'll say that people of Bengal generally like to eat hilsa fish the most. And today we'll read an interesting story, Gopal and the hilsa fish. So now the introductory part is over and presentation part starts from here. So in the presentation part, we'll make 3 columns on the left punch sheet and 2 columns on the right punch sheet. So the first column on the left punch sheet will be of serial number, second will be of teaching point, third will be of pupil teachers activity, and on the right punch sheet first column will be of students activity and second column will be of teaching aid / blackboard work. Here you can make one more column if you want for writing the method used before the column of the teaching aid / blackboard work, but it's not necessary to make it. Now in the presentation part, the first teaching point will be model reading. Here in the pupil activity column you will write the pupil teacher will read the chapter with correct pause and pronunciation, and in the students activity column you will write the students will listen carefully with full interest. Then the second teaching point is pronunciation drill. Here the pupil teacher will make use of the flashcards for teaching the pronunciation of the words that are difficult to pronounce. So here the pupil teacher will write the word on one side of the flashcard and its pronunciation on the other side. We'll paste the miniature of the flashcards in the teaching aid / blackboard work column. The size of the miniature should be 2 into 3 centimeters, or you can keep it 1.5 into 3 centimeters also. And the size of the actual flashcards that you will be showing in the classroom should be 5 into 10 inches. Make a border on it also. They should look attractive and the letters should be written clearly on them. For this purpose, we should take at least 5 to 6 words. First of all, we will show the whole word to the students, and then we will show its pronunciation to the children, which will be written on the other side of the flashcard, and pronounce it in the correct manner. Then we will ask the students also to pronounce it correctly. For teaching pronunciation, we can break the words into syllables like this. Or it would be better if you check the pronunciation on Google. For example, you have to check the pronunciation of the word challenge on the net. So for this, you can go to Google, search and type pronunciation of challenge, and you will get the pronunciation over there. So here we will write at least 5 to 6 words and their pronunciation. And here you will write the pupil teacher will show the flashcards with the words and their pronunciation written on them to the students. And in the students activity column, you will write students will pronounce the words in a correct way or correct manner. Then you will write words and their pronunciation in the pupil teacher's activity column. So here the first word can be challenge and its pronunciation is written over here. The second word can be mystique, third can be comical, fourth can be ridiculous, and fifth can be interested. Now, the third teaching point is imitative reading. Here, we'll write, the pupil teacher will ask the students to read the paragraph loudly and properly. And in the students activity column, we'll write, the students will read the paragraph one by one loudly and correctly. The fourth teaching point is word exposition. Here, the pupil teacher will elicit the meanings of the difficult words from the students, which means they'll not tell the meaning of the words directly to the students. Instead, they'll ask the students to tell the meaning of that word by giving them some clues or by using different devices. These devices can be synonym, antonym, usage, etc. These three are the main devices that we use for eliciting the meaning of difficult words, but you can use pictures and charts also for this purpose. For example, if you want to elicit the meaning of the word challenge, then we will not tell the meaning directly to the students. Rather, we can say the synonym of the word challenge is dare. So now tell me what is the meaning of the word challenge? And the students will tell its meaning, that challenge means an invitation to do something difficult, funny or embarrassing, etc. Then we'll write the meaning on the board. So here we have to make 4 columns in the pupil teacher's activity column. The first one for the word, second for meaning, third for device and fourth for the explanation. Like here, the first word is challenge. Its meaning is an invitation to do something difficult, funny or embarrassing, etc. The device which we use here is synonym. And what was that synonym? Dare. So in the explanation column, you will write that word which you have used as a device. The device you used was synonym and the word you used as a device was dare. So now the second word can be temper, and the meaning of temper is tendency to get angry very quickly. The device can be antonym over here and the explanation is calm. The antonym of temper is calm. So the children will tell the meaning, that what does temper mean. The third word can be courtier, the fourth word can be comical and the fifth word can be smear. Now whatever words and their meanings children will be telling, we'll have to write those words and meanings on the board also. So in the teaching aid/blackboard work column, we'll make 2 columns, one for the word and other for its meaning, like this. So whatever words and meanings you will ask the students, you will show them in the teaching aid/blackboard work column also. But here you will not make the column for device and explanation, because device and explanation are for our reference only. And on the board we will be writing only words and their meanings. So here in the blackboard work column, we will show only words and their meanings. Here in the pupil teacher's activity column, we will write, the pupil teacher will ask the students to read the paragraph silently but carefully, and meanwhile she will supervise the class. And in the students activity column, we will write, students will read the passage carefully and silently. Then 6th teaching point is comprehension questions. So here in the pupil teacher's activity column, we will write, the pupil teacher will ask some questions to test the knowledge and understanding of the students. And in the students activity column, we will write, the students will answer the questions. So here the first question can be, why did the king want no more talk about the fish? And its answer will be, the king did not want any more talk about hilsa fish because it was the season of hilsa fish and no one could stop talking about it even for 5 minutes, which made the king irritated. The second question can be, what did the king ask Gopal to do to prove that he was clever? And the answer can be, the king asked Gopal to buy a huge hilsa fish and bring it to the palace without anyone asking him a word about it to prove that he was clever. The third question can be, what 3 things did Gopal do before he went to buy his hilsa fish? And the answer will be, Gopal half shaved his face, smeared himself with ash and dressed himself in a disgraceful rags before he went to buy his hilsa fish. Fourth question can be, how did Gopal get inside the palace to see the king after he had bought the fish? And the answer will be, Gopal began to dance and sing loudly. The king heard him and ordered to bring him inside. Fifth question can be, explain why no one seemed to be interested in talking about the hilsa fish which Gopal had bought. And its answer will be, no one seemed to be interested in talking about the hilsa fish which Gopal had bought because Gopal was looking funny and everyone was more interested in looking at him and talking about him rather than talking about the hilsa fish. So here you will ask at least 5 to 6 questions from the students like this. Now the presentation part is over. So the next heading will be board summary. For this you can make a rectangle showing the shape of the board and write words and their meanings in it. Then the next heading will be instruction and supervision. Here we will write, pupil teacher will instruct students to copy down the words and their meanings from the board. She or he will supervise the class while the students are taking down the words and their meanings. Then the next heading will be recapitulation. As I told you earlier also, here we can ask objective type questions from the students. But to save the time, we should write these questions on the roller board in advance before coming to the class. Objective type questions means questions like fill in the blanks or match the following or true or false, yes, no, right, wrong or multiple choice questions, etc. Write at least 5 questions over here. After this, it is compulsory to give the homework or home assignment to the students. So first tell the homework orally to the students and then write it on the board. So here we can write the summary of the chapter Gopal and the hilsa fish. Now your lesson plan is complete. So let's do a quick recap of all the headings of the prose lesson plan. So the first heading will be general aims, second will be specific objectives in which we'll write objectives for all the 3 domains, that is cognitive, affective and psychomotor domain. Third heading will be material aid. Fourth will be previous knowledge. Sixth, statement of aim. Seventh, presentation.
Fifth will be introduction.
There will
or
be 6
introductory
teaching points.
questions.
First teaching point will be model reading. Second will be pronunciation drill. Third will be imitative reading. Fourth will be word exposition. Fifth, silent reading. And sixth, comprehension questions. Now the presentation part is complete. Then the 7th heading will be board summary, 8th will be instruction and supervision, and 9th recapitulation, and 10th home assignment or homework. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed to it yet. And please press the bell icon too to get the notifications. We'll try to meet you soon in the next video with some other topic. Till then, goodbye and thanks for watching.